Recording in progress.
Good morning. Welcome to Sunday. Today I'm going to talk about what is known as Tilopa's six nails. Tilopa was an 11th century um, enlightened Buddhist teacher who um, postulated six um, instructions for meditation practice. It sort of follows the theme from last week when I did more of a meditation instruction type of talk. I'm going to continue that this week. But first, I thought we would just meditate for a while. I invite you to find a comfortable meditation posture in which you are relaxed but alert. Where your back is straight but not rigid. You can just let your body settle into your seat. And tucking your chin just a little bit to straighten the top of your neck and your spine without straining or stressing the muscles in your shoulders or neck. And gently close your eyes. And let your attention just come to the touch points in your body. Noticing the sensations, what it feels like to notice your feet or your legs in contact with the floor. Noticing the sensations, what it feels like to notice what it feels like. To notice the feeling of your bottom resting on the cushion or the chair. Noticing the sensations of your hands resting in your lap. Now let your attention, your awareness, rest on the sensations of the body breathing. You're not trying to do anything with the breath, you're just sort of being with it, noticing the body breathing in, noticing the body breathing out. Just resting your awareness and your focus on the sensations of the body breathing. You notice that you're thinking, your mind has wandered off in thought. It's okay. It's the function of the mind to think. Just when you notice, it's all good. Begin again with your awareness focus on the breathing. Thoughts arise, thoughts of yesterday, really today, thoughts of what may happen later, what you might have to do, planning, concern, thoughts about the meditation practice, whether you're doing it right. It's okay. It's nothing to worry about. This is what the mind does. Just when you notice, you might want to say gently, quietly to yourself, good with this. And just bring your attention back to your breathing and begin again. Just letting your body and your mind relax into the peace of this moment. If you find you've wandered off in thought, it's all good. Thoughts of the future, thoughts of the past. Just notice. Notice what it's like to notice and begin again with your focus on your breathing. And as we come towards the end of this sitting, I invite you to notice just what it feels like to be quiet, the peace of this moment, to set aside the cares, concerns of whatever else is going on outside the room or off the cushion where you're sitting. I just like to just rest, relax, settle into this moment, breathing in. May it be that the benefits of this practice enable us to be more centered in a calm space, to make it easier to open our hearts to compassion and kindness. May it be that this practice enables us to move around in the world and view the world with kind eyes through the lens of compassion. May the benefits of this practice radiate from you into your interactions with the people in your household, people you meet, the people you encounter, anyone you talk to, someone who might just catch their eye walking down the street at random. May this practice allow us to spread compassion and kindness. May the benefits of this practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be at ease and at peace. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for being here this morning. Greetings to the people I can see on Zoom, and greetings to the people I can't see on Facebook. I'm also experimenting with streaming live on YouTube this morning. Let's see how that goes. There are some technical issues when I tried to do that before, so I haven't done it for a while. So last week I was giving a talk that was really oriented towards practice instruction, and I'm going to continue that this week. In my travels through the Dharma, I came upon an article in Tricycle about Tilopa's 6 nails. Tilopa was an awakened teacher. Not a lot is known about him. Um, he lived in the 11th century around what is now West Bengal in India. Um, and he articulated this practice known as um, Tilopa's 6 nails, practices for meditation. And along with the usual information I put in the chat, I also put these in the chat. I'm also going to post them on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page. And y'all have my contact information. I can send it to you and a link to the article. So the 6 nails are: don't recall, let go of what has passed. Don't imagine, let go of what may come. Don't think, let go of what is happening now. Don't examine, don't try to figure anything out. Don't control, don't try to make anything happen. And rest, relax right now and rest. So I'm going to dig into those just a little bit. At its heart, this meditation instruction is about using simple awareness to allow what is happening in the present moment to take place. That's it. So the first one is don't recall. Let go of what has passed. Sounds simple enough. Not so much. All of the meditation instructions I have ever encountered are very simple. That's one of the things I like about Vipassana meditation is it's not complicated, but it's challenging. So when we sit to meditate, the mind fairly quickly goes somewhere else, often into yesterday's events, conversations, things we wish we had said. Oh my God, that happened. And often goes to some version of we're not good enough. As my friend Steve says, I feel bad, stupid, and wrong, or we screwed things up. And that's okay. That's natural. The mind actually has a built-in negative bias, and like at some point we'll do a talk. And there's actual evolutionary neurobiology that accounts for that. We're actually wired, physically wired that way. But the point is, as we practice, we begin to better understand our relationship with how the past affects us now and the choices we make. And we can see and cultivate the ability to make better choices based on the circumstances in front of us rather than responding to triggers from the past with or without knowing it. It was once described to me as the mind is like a giant file cabinet. Something happens in front of us and we reach back into the giant filing cabinet and we pull out the file for that event and we put it in front of us. We pull out the file for a similar event from the past. And we put that in front of us, and that's the filter through which we see what's going on now. And this practice of don't recall, let go of what's past suggests that we don't have to do that. And the reason why we practice this in meditation is it becomes easier to do it in our regular walking around life. And it's also easy to let the past define us. Addict, abuse survivor, I was a journalist, I was a therapist, I was this, I was that. And all these things contribute to my sense of identity. Well, what if I'm just a guy sitting on the cushion now, and that's it? Who I am is what appears in this moment. So I'm sitting in meditation, don't recall. Let go of the past, of what has passed. The next instruction in the 6 nails is don't imagine, let go of what may come. And this is very similar to the previous instruction, but now we're invited to give up contemplating what comes next. What comes next after this meditation? I have house guests. I'm going to go out and have breakfast with them. Later in the day or the week, the meeting with the boss, tasks that have to be done, this talk, right? Often, I'll admit it, it's often the case when I'm sitting here meditating on Sunday mornings with you all, my mind is going to various versions of this talk that I'm about to give. And um, there's always three talks that happen on Sunday morning. There's the one I plan, there's the one I deliver, and then there's the one I think about afterward. But let's stay here. Just as we tend to define ourselves sometimes by our relationship to the past, we also tend to define ourselves by particular outcomes in the future, what we think is going to happen, where we think we're going, what's going to happen later. It's exhausting. So I'm suggesting that we just give it a rest for a moment. We're sitting on the cushion, we're sitting in the chair, whatever, we're meditating, we're observing the mind doing all these machinations. Just let it rest. Let it be. The mind will pick that up at some point during the course of the meditation, and we can meet it with the same compassionate understanding that this is just how the mind works and come back. Which is a good bridge into the next instruction of the six nails, which is don't think. That's hard. Don't think. Let go of what's happening now. I see this all the time. I get asked this. I'm in a couple of groups online for meditations for beginners. And am I having the right experience? Is this what's supposed to be happening? Am I doing it right? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. Just don't worry about it. We tend to classify our experience. This is good, this is bad. But I'm suggesting a different paradigm, which is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And don't bother to think about it because it just is what it is. And all of this thinking and analysis doesn't contribute or detract. It's just kind of there, and it doesn't lead us to anything. I wrote in a poem about this. It's not like this train is going somewhere any more than the rain is going somewhere. Just notice. It is what it is. We can stop watching our internal television and just be what's happening and try not to worry about what's happening now. Just let whatever is happening arise and pass, and it will. Things like falling asleep. I have fallen asleep during meditation, as has just about everybody I know. But sometimes I get like a tingling in my legs. Um, am I thinking too much? Am I thinking not enough? Noises and other distractions, and I think, oh my god. But the truth is, there are no distractions in meditation. That's just something that the mind classifies. Whatever is unfolding is what's supposed to unfold. The thoughts are not distractions. The outside noise is not distraction. What we're focusing on is learning to notice what happens to us when we notice those things. Does my body get tense? Does my heart rate go up? Does my mind go off into some version of this should be different? Um, just don't bother to think about it. Just let go of whatever's happening now because it's just going to unfold. The next instruction is don't examine. Don't try to figure anything out. What's happening is just what's happening. There's lots of books on meditation and Dharma practice, lots of them, and I have a whole shelf of them, like right over there. And There's a lot of written about the stages of meditation. I've been meditating for 30 years and I still don't know what that means. I've given up on trying to figure it out. It's kind of a tricky trap. We can shift from an openness to what's going on now to some judgment as to whether or not this is what's supposed to be going on now or shouldn't be happening right now. So the instruction, don't examine, just don't worry about it. And if we already struggle with these issues of like not enoughness and self-consciousness and whether we're doing things right, um, it's all too easy to let the meditation practice become another vehicle for that. But one of the things that the practice allows us to do or enables us to do as we continue to practice is we can mindfully notice when those issues start to arise because they're not in the present moment, they're just ghosts. And then come back. Just come back to resting in the peace and in the peace of the moment. These are just mental activities. And the truth is, you're doing fine. Are you making progress? Yes. Am I doing this right? Yes. It's easy to get distracted by what we think is supposed to happen, but we're missing, we're so busy thinking about that, we're missing what's actually arising. So the next instruction is don't control. Don't try to make anything happen. Trying to control my breathing to get to a certain stage. There's a therapeutic practice called holotropic breath work where you do things, manipulate your breathing in such a way to bring you to a certain stage. This is not that. We're just observing the breath. We're not trying to breathe deeper or more shallow. Not trying to control a certain state. And whatever comes up, you can say, I'm okay with that. Your mind may be really jumpy and agitated one day. I'm okay with that. You may be able to come back to your breathing and rest there for some period of time before wandering off. I'm okay with that. You may get one breath or one moment before wandering off. I'm okay. I'm good with that. You may have to notice and return to your breathing 20 times in a 30-minute meditation. I'm good with that. Just let go of the desire or need to make something happen to change your experience into a different experience. And I get it. It's hard because we're wired differently. And we actually are rewiring the brain, the principle of neuroplasticity and the way the brain wires itself. We actually are affecting the way the brain is wired in meditation practice. Um, there's a area is just behind on the right behind this right about here above your ear. It's about the size of a quarter. And it regulates things like focus, relaxation response, the ability to pay attention in the moment. Um, that area of the brain actually grows more synapses with a steady meditation practice. So we are actually rewiring the brain to be able to come into this space that I'm describing. And the more we practice, the more quickly we notice that we're falling into these things of worrying about what comes next, worrying about what happened yesterday, concern about whether we're doing it right. The more we practice, the more we see that oh, okay, I caught that faster. That's good. Or I didn't this time. That's okay too. We're just not trying to make something happen. And it's easy. One of the traps with that, and this has happened to me, I was on a meditation retreat, and about fourth or fifth day of the retreat, I had this really beautiful experience of the mind completely open and like this vast, luminous field. And one of the thoughts that passed through was, oh, I need to get back to that. And I've talked to people about this, and this is a really common story in meditation practice about someone goes to a teacher and says, I had this beautiful mind opening experience. How do I make that happen again? And it's not about making something happen. It's about letting something happen. That's how we come to a clearer sense of what's happening in the mind. It's about letting it happen and just sort of flowing with it. There's a story I like about a student goes to the Zen master and says, I was meditating and I felt at one with the universe, and my heart was completely open. I saw everything is beautiful. And the teacher said, did you remember to keep breathing? Whatever your experience is, just breathe into it. And the last instruction is rest, relax right now, just rest. We can do that. We can start that by just accepting our practice as it is right now. Practice isn't about being intense or intent with it. It's about coming to ease. That's how we come to a clearer sense of where the mind is going, from a more easy place where we can actually observe it without needing it to be something else. Just breathing into it. Returning to the breath as many times as we need to. One practice that I've been, learned and I've been encouraging when you notice you're wandering off, to say, it's all good, and come back. Just breathe. I get it. It's hard to pause and rest, especially in this culture, which is sort of workaholic oriented, and we have these busy, hectic lives, and we feel like there isn't enough time. But this is a well deserved rest. This is a well deserved gift that you give to yourself. To learn to relax and ease into the moment, to sit down and take a load off. It's okay. You're allowed. Just relax and give yourself this gift of these moments. So that is Tilopa's 6 nails. There are various ways we can use the 6 nails. You can read or chant it just before you practice, and I posted it in the chat, and I'll post it on the Facebook page so you can find it. I'll post a link to an article that I used for this talk. If you're struggling with any one of them, you can focus on that for your entire practice period. And as with any meditation practice, it takes time and it takes patience. I've lost track of the number of people who said, I can't do this, I'm failing at it. No, you're not. The doing it is the doing it. I heard someone say, I feel like I'm not really meditating because the mind is, that person's mind is really busy. Yes, you are, because you noticed it. You come into the posture, you settle into the space, and there you are. And we're just being with whatever happens. So it's an opportunity to practice self-compassion, because meditation takes time and it takes practice and it takes patience and it takes reminding ourselves that we're okay as often as we need to, which can be very often. So thank you for your kind attention. Any questions, comments?
Thank you and for the practice.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful reminder, very nice way to remind myself to rest, relax. It's okay.
Mhm.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
My teacher, my mentor in the meditation teacher training, once said, I'll sum it up this way. Don't worry about it. It's like, it's not more complicated than that. So Glad you found something in there. Good to see
Thanks,
you.
Ken.
Thank
Who was that quote from again?
you. Which one? The don't worry about it?
I don't recall. Let go of what has passed. The one you posted in the chat box.
Oh, Tilopa's, Tilopa, Tilopa's 6 nails. I found it in an article in Tricycle, and I'm going to post a link to that on my Facebook page and on YouTube. And if you email me, I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, I just really, really liked it and thought I would share it with y'all. It's a good instruction. Look, I've been meditating for 30 years. I still need these instructions. I still need to be reminded, you know. I still go to meditation classes and I still, you know, see teachers when I can. I'm a total groupie for Dharma teachers. Because, you know,
Good advice.
I still need to learn it. I'm still working on it. So I invite you to be kind and treasure yourself. And I will see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.